Hey guys, it's Christine here. I know like a week ago I promised you guys that I would make a video to kind of answer some questions that people had, and I got a few of them. And so I wanted to just take this time and answer those questions and maybe talk a little bit about myself. I love posts, but I also feel like videos are great. Like sometimes you can just play a video and listen. So if you're not actually watching me, hopefully you're hearing me. And so I've just had so much support in my journey so far. So I just want to share this with you guys. So first, a little bit about me, because I do have some people on my page that I don't know, which is awesome. So my name's Christine Bartel. I live in Aberdeen, North Carolina. And for anyone that's familiar with the military, I am probably about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic, from Fort Bragg. I have been married for almost 5 years to my husband, Joe. And when I married him, I gained 3 bonus kids, Barrett, Aaron, and Michaela. And then in 2017, we welcomed Addie. So to say that our house is usually really busy is just an understatement, especially with having 4 kids. And one of them's entering high school. So, but anyways, my entire life I have just been faced with challenges, not some experiences that are not good. And in my working life, I've always just been in healthcare, medical field, kind of just doing what I felt like I had to do and not necessarily what I was called to do. And in the last few years, my faith has grown tremendously. I've had people who have known me my whole life ask me, like, what's this Jesus thing? Is this real? Like, what are you on? But yes, it's real. Like, my relationship with God and Jesus, like, has just grown even more probably since I've had Addie. And just, you know, having a family changed my perspective on a lot of things. And so in growing that relationship with God, I've been able to learn more about who I am, what am I good at, and what am I actually called to do. And so in the last few years, I've just gone through this journey of discovering who I am and really just being okay with what I thought I was supposed to do isn't fulfilling. So I've always had this desire to help people. I've kind of always been that friend that's like, hey, what do you think? You know, help me make a plan. I'm having a rough time. Can you just listen to me? And as I'm learning, these are like spiritual gifts that God's given me, and it's so awesome. And when I think back to my life and things I've been through, I'm really able to identify when God's been with me and that He's been with me through everything, and that those situations have made me the person I am today. I necessarily wouldn't want to go through some of those situations again, or I definitely don't want my daughters to go through those situations, but I'm able to relate to people on a completely different level, and I have experiences that I can share. And I know for me, when someone shares their testimony and it's something I've been through, it's like, wow, I'm not the only one. Like, there's someone else that's experienced this. And I'm going to try to make more videos and just kind of share more about me and some of the experiences I've been through. You know, life as a blended family in itself is its own experience, but we'll hit that some other time. So, life coaching. So, let's see. In 2018, I left my full-time job working in a clinic, and just like, God was like, go, and I was like, okay, where? And so I've been volunteering and working with a pastor at my church here in town, and through that time, just being discipled and poured into, and just learning more about what I should be doing, what God wants me to do. And so I never really knew about life coaching until I started looking into it. And when someone first talked about life coaching, I was just like, oh, great. Like, a motivational speaker, do these people really get paid? Like, are they real? But they're real. So I currently go to Liberty University, as you can see, and I am working on my degree for Christian counseling, and that'll be something later, but I want to focus on life coaching. And then next month, I actually start my training through Christian Coaching Institute based out of Charlotte, and to become a certified Christian life coach. So let me grab my resources here, my little notebook. And one of these books I have, it's called Christian Counseling, or Christian Coaching, I apologize. My other book is Christian Counseling. So one of the questions, let me phone. So one of the questions was from my Aunt Pam up in Wisconsin, and she said, define life coaching. So life coaching is really just a person, a life coach is someone who just comes in and helps coach and guide alongside people. So I'm going to first kind of explain what some of the other type things that might be. So like Cassie posted, why life coaching instead of counseling or other types of therapy, excuse me. So I just kind of wanted to go over like what's the difference between a counselor, a life coach, a mentor, discipleship, because we throw so many terms around. Kind of gets confusing once in a while. So let's just break it down. And these definitions come from Christian coaching. I thought that they did a brilliant way of explaining it, and it was simple. So counseling, if you think about it, it's helping people like go from what they call like negative psychology to a more stable life environment. So someone battling depression, anxiety, like a life coach isn't going to help you work through that. So a counselor is just helping you move from those situations to a point where you're able to be more stable. And in reference to life coaching, a life coach is going to be helping people go from that point of stability to a higher level of fulfillment. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't get life coaching if you have anxiety or if you have depression. But what it means is that me as a life coach, I'm not going to be able to help you manage that. That's a counselor. But I can help you make goals and help you to move towards those goals through those difficult seasons. Also, a mentor is not a life coach. So a mentor provides modeling, is usually someone in an authority figure, and it's more of a guiding from someone being like superior, guiding along. And then discipleship is more focused than mentoring or coaching, and it's more centered on biblical truths than even a Christian life coach. And it's more of a teacher-student type relationship. And so coaching is like no one is seen as higher or lower than anyone. Like I would be walking alongside you as a friend. And really, I'm not going to be solving your problems. I would be asking you the hard questions and helping you to change your thought processes, to look at things from a greater scheme of things of how does this work? How can I change this? Helping you put a plan into action and then holding you accountable. What's the difference between a Christian life coach and just a life coach in general? Well, in secular-based coaching, it's really, you're focused on you and how you can fix you. With Christian life coaching, it's really focusing on what's God's will for you. The thing I've learned in the last few years is that God's plan for me and for my family is like way awesome than any plan I could ever plan for myself. And so to grow that relationship with Him, it enables me to be able to hear Him better, to understand Scripture better, and to have more confidence to walk out and be obedient and follow that plan. And so as a Christian life coach, we're going to include those fundamentals. You put God first, and then you follow that plan. So that's what I said, it's the coaching is just a helping guide, and people these days are looking more for coaching versus counseling in a lot of situations, because counseling, some people don't have like insurance to help cover counseling, and coaching is more affordable, and depending on what kind of coach you go to. But people want goal-focused people to help them. And so if you are in a pretty stable mindset, a coach is the perfect solution, because we are trained to be goal-oriented and solution-based. So coaches are a great option for people who don't necessarily need therapy, but really just need some guidance to help get from point A to point B and then point C and so forth. And so, for me, to be a coach is just like a dream come true. And so I'm just really excited to see where this journey takes me. Let me just make sure what other questions I have that I address them. So Becca asked me, what's my favorite thing about life coaching? So I actually had a friend the other day, because if you follow me, obviously my Instagram and Facebook are Life Coach in the Making. I don't know what my business name is going to be yet, so if you guys can be praying for me, that would be awesome. I'm coming up with that. So those are kind of just like fillers to hold it in. But he said to me, Christine, you already like naturally are a coach. You're encouraging, and those come from my spiritual gifts, just naturally guiding, coaching, encouraging, speaking truth, but doing it with love. And so my favorite thing about coaching is getting to see people walk through some difficult situations or struggles and not sure how to do it, but to see the light bulb turn on, and then to grow more confident in God's plan for them, to trust that right now this may be uncomfortable, like it doesn't seem possible, like how am I going to get from here to here, but when they do, like to see that is awesome. And then Cassie had asked like what makes me tick, and I don't know if that's like what makes me upset or if that just what makes me excited. So I'll answer both of them. So I do get frustrated when people don't put into action those plans and then they still expect change. Change is hard. It can be uncomfortable. It can be painful, but it's worth it. And for me, people do question, like, how have you changed so much? Well, it's in my walk. That's what's happened. And so I get frustrated when I feel like I can see, like, what can be done and how gifted people are and what they can accomplish, but they just sit there. And so I pray for them, and I just trust that God is going to stir it up. And usually when I just kind of like let go of that control and give it to God and like be like, okay, I can't make them do this, then something happens. It's like God's like, hey, don't forget, I'm in control, not you. So that's great. So that's kind of what maybe frustrates me. And then the whole what makes me excited, it's just the chance to work with people from different backgrounds, expose them to something they've never been exposed to. So that's it for this video. I'm already like blabbing away almost 15 minutes later, but I had to take advantage of this time. My 3 older children are at Vacation Bible School. Addie is like quiet. I'm surprised we haven't heard any knocks on the door. So my goal is to hopefully do a weekly video of maybe a tip or something I'm learning about, and to kind of share that and how you can use that. Currently, like I said, I'm still in training, but I'm learning things. And so if you think that like coaching is something you might be interested in trying out, like shoot me a message and I'd love to set something up. You don't even have to live near me. That's great. We got FaceTime, we got Skype, we got Google Hangouts. Like, that's the great thing about coaching is we can do it whatever's convenient for you. So you guys, reach out to me, let me know, and go ahead and share my page. Like, I just want to reach so many people because I just feel like we all know somebody that needs encouragement and a little support. And so even if you don't think it's for you, share, tag them, whatever. There's probably someone out there that needs something. So until next time, I hope I answered some of your questions. You got to learn a little bit about me, and I'm just excited for this journey, and I'm excited for you that have decided to join me. So I hope that you all have a blessed week, and I hope you guys are enjoying the post. Have a great day.